Hello friends, this is class 6th revision class of lesson 3 Tarot's Revolt, poem 3 The Quarrel, both of them of Honeysuckle, and lesson 3 Nouns Number of P.C. Wren's grammar book. Points to be covered in today's class. Number 1. Summary of lesson 3 Tarot's Revolt. Next, summary of poem 3 The Quarrel, and explanation of lesson 3 of grammar, nouns, number, and at last homework will be assigned. Let's begin with Honeysuckle lesson 3 Tarot's Revolt. Summary will be done through value points. Number 1. Introduction. Tarot's Revolt is a popular fairy tale in Japan. It involves the story of a son, Taro, who wanted to fulfill the wishes of his father. Taro was a poor boy. He earned money by chopping woods from the jungle. But the money he earned was not sufficient for him and his parents. One day it started blowing cold winds. All people in the home felt cold due to wind passing from the cracks of the wooden house. His father wished if he could have some sake to energize his heart. Now the question is, what is sake? Sake is a popular and costly drink of Japan. Number 2. The appearance of the magic waterfall. Taro was sad as he did not have money to buy the expensive sake. He decided to work hard. Next day, he woke up early and went to the forest to chop wood. Suddenly, he heard the sound of falling water. It perplexed him as there was no river here earlier. Since he was also thirsty, he followed the sound of water. Soon he found a waterfall behind the rock. He went near to the fall and put his hands in the water. To his amaze, to his surprise, he discovered that liquid was not actually water, it was sake. It tasted like sake. He became happy and filled some sake in his pitcher. Upon reaching the house, he gave this sake to his father. The father sipped the sake and started dancing with joy. Number 3. The spread of news to the villagers. A neighbor came in the evening. Father means Taro's father offered her a cup of sake. The woman happily took the sake. Father told her about all the incident which happened to Taro. Then that woman spread the news to all the people in the village. Every villager rushed to Taro's home and tasted the drink, that was sake. Now, water for villagers, sake for Taro. Next morning, Taro again woke up early, searched the biggest pitcher that he had at his home and went to the waterfall. To his surprise, he found that other villagers were also going to the fall. Soon, people reached the fall and tasted the sake. But they found that water of the fall was not sake but plain water. People became angry and decided to drown Taro in the waterfall. Taro hid behind the rock and waited till all the villagers went home. He then tasted the water again, but to his surprise, he still felt that it was sake. The fall was giving Taro a sake, while to other villagers it was giving just plain water. Now, award by the king. The story of Taro's care for his parents reached the king. He awarded Taro 20 pieces of gold to encourage other children to take care of their parents. Now, moral of the story, it says that we should take care of our parents and elders. God helps only those persons who take good care of their parents. I hope you understood the summary of the story. Now, poem 3, The Quarrel. This will also be done through value points. Number 1. How the quarrel begins and ends. First of all, I would like to tell you that the quarrel happens in each and every home where there is love, care and kindly sharing. In the same way, the quarrel happened between the poet and her brother. It began with a very short issue, very small issue, and it ended happily. How did it end happily? Let's see. Note knows the reason of the quarrel. When the quarrel began, it began with the very short, very small, on a very small issue, but later on, one reason led to another, and later it became very strong. And later on, the poet as well as her brother did not even know what was the reason of the quarrel when it started. No one is in right, because both of them, the poet and her brother, both of them were very angry at each other. So no one is in right because no one was ready to compromise to say sorry to the other one. So here we can say the poet and her brother both were in wrong. Brother patted her at back, means poet's brother patted her, thumped her at her back so that they could end the quarrel and they could live happily. If brother would not have patted at poet's back, then the quarrel could be stressed for too long. She felt that she was in wrong. When the poet felt that the poet's brother took first step to end the quarrel, she thought that the poet's brother was in right and she herself was in wrong. She thought that the quarrel could be stressed so long if her brother would not say sorry, and if her brother would not make compromise, would not take first step to end the quarrel. So it is all up to us that if we want to stretch the quarrel or we want to end there only. So here we learn that we should not stretch the quarrel so long, otherwise it can affect our relationships also, and it can make our relationships worse than ever. Now, next topic of revision is nouns, number of grammar. There are two numbers as we know. Number 1 singular, number 2 plural. Now what is singular number? Any noun standing for one person or thing is said to be in the singular number, as bowl, doll, key, knife. Plural number. Any noun standing for two persons or things is said to be in the plural number, as bowls, dolls, keys, knives. Now, the rules which govern the change of the singular noun into plural noun. First is by adding s to the singular. For example, apple, apples, lamp, lamps, desk, desks, plant, plants. By adding es if the noun ends in s, sh, ch, that is soft sound, or x. For example, bus, buses, bench, benches, fox, foxes, bush, bushes. Now, some nouns ending in o form their plurals with an s, and some take an es to form their plural, while the words ending in double o, that is oo, take an s to form their plurals. Let us see the example of each. The one which ends in o, the one which ends in es, and the one which ends in o that will take S, and the one which ends in O that will take ES, and the other one which ends in double O that takes only S to form their plural. Radio, radios, hero, heroes, cuckoo, cuckoos. By changing F and FE into V and adding ES as wife, wives, wolf, wolves. Now the exception is here, like chief, chiefs, dwarf, dwarfs, or we can say roof, roofs, proof, proofs. Now by changing Y into I and adding ES if the I comes after a consonant, as army, armies, baby, babies, story, stories. And please note one thing over here is that if there is vowel before Y, then only S is added, as boy, boys, donkey, donkeys. Let me tell you one thing, that consonants are the letters other than vowels. Vowels are A, E, I, O, U. There are 26 letters in alphabet series and 5 are vowels, other 21 are consonants. Now you might have understand that B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. These all are consonants and A, E, I, O, U are vowels. By changing of vowel as man, men, women, women, foot, feet, tooth, teeth, mouse, mice. By adding en as ox, oxen, child, children. There are some nouns that are used only in the plural form, as scissors, spectacles, shorts, trousers, jeans. And let me tell you one more thing, that is tongs. Tongs is, this is tights, and one more thing is tongs. Tongs is a utensil, is an object which is used in the kitchen. In Hindi we call it as chimta. With the help of that your mama cooks chapati. She turns the chapati, that is tongs, T-O-N-G-S. That is also used in pairs. These all are the things like scissors, spectacles, shorts, trousers, jeans, tights. These all are used in pairs. That's why these are always used in the plural form. These are never written in singular form. Okay. Now next, pajamas. Pajamas is also used in plural form. Next, there are some nouns that have the same singular and plural forms, as deer, ship, fish, aircraft. Some nouns have no plural form, as scenery. Whether there are many views or one view, that will be called scenery. Furniture. Whether there is a set of sofa set and bed, almirah, wooden almirah. If many things are there, that will be called furniture. If one thing is there, that will also be called furniture. Wood. If we are talking about one wood, that means in Hindi we call it as lakdi. But if we are talking about woods, then that will be jungle, forest. Iron, information, advice.
Next is, there are nouns which are considered only in the singular form. For example, mathematics, physics, economics. Here you can see that though there is S at the end of these words, still these words are used in the singular form. We never say mathematics are. We say mathematics is my favorite subject. Physics is liked by me. Economics is read by me. We never say economics are. So here these three are used in singular form.
Plural forms of compound nouns are derived by adding s or es to the keyword. Keyword means the main word. For example, maid, servant. Here maid is not the main word. Here servant is the main word, of which we can make its plural, that is servants. Sister-in-law, sisters-in-law, because many of the people use that I have two sister-in-laws. That is wrong. Here sister is the main noun, so its plural will be sisters-in-law, not sister-in-laws. Similarly, brother-in-law, its plural will be brothers-in-law. Brother-in-laws will be incorrect because our main noun is brother. Now, plurals of letters, figures, signs, symbols and abbreviations are made by adding an s to them, like MBA, MBAs, MLA, MLAs. How many MLAs are there sitting in that meeting? A, A's. For example, if we say all the sentences begin with A, or there are many A's in this sentence, there we use A apostrophe S. Now, your homework: do the assignment based on lesson 3, that is Taro's Revolt, poem 3, the quarrel of Honeysuckle, and lesson 3 of grammar, that is nouns, number, uploaded in homework column on EdQuark site. Hope all my dear students will do the assignment in time, and on the very next day the solution of assignment will be uploaded. Kindly do the assignment and give your the best every time. Thank you so much.